we've talked about how to get people more involved in their work, how to get them some skin in the game of business. Now let's get down to the essentials of gain sharing. There's two essential elements to any gain sharing system. The first is a financial, and the next is the human element. And they're very separate, distinct elements. First of all, let's talk about the financial element. You need to find the factors that are really driving the profits of your company. The most important issue in putting together an effective gain-sharing system that's going to stand the test of time is that you not pay bonuses until you're making what you think is an acceptable or an excellent profit. And then the more bonus you pay, the better the profits should be. The worst thing that can happen is you'd be paying bonuses and having a lousy month. Now, how do you do this? You need to find the factors that drive the profits of the company. And you need to let the math tell you what those factors should be that'll be at the centerpiece of your gain-sharing system, and then also have the most simple system possible to do this. So when these factors move, you see a direct corresponding predictable change in the profits of your company. It's important that it be simple and easy to use, because if it's not, you won't keep doing it. This is the essential foundation of the gain-sharing process. If you don't have that, it won't stand the test of time.
Overall, it's been very successful. There isn't much I would do differently. Our communications are better within top management. Communications with employees is better. We're having meetings every week. I think we're giving employees a different forum for bringing forward ideas. That's been helpful. And we're making more money, and that's a good thing.
Particularly this year, I think it's probably going to have a positive effect on profit sharing. It's going to actually make things higher because of the fact that we have reduced costs in a lot of areas that maybe previously wouldn't have been looked at.
I think gain sharing has paid for itself many times over from what we've paid out the check for his services. The value of our meetings has been improved. Our profits are up. Again, we couldn't have done it without him, so I'm completely happy with what we've done.
The key to the success on the financial end of things is having the correct focus in the formula and maintaining that focus over time. We have a company with two facilities that we developed gain-sharing systems for both facilities about 10 years ago. One of them has not changed their system and has been a complete sparkling success, not only in terms of the gain-sharing and the results, but also as a business. The other business had several changes in management, and when the new management would come in, they would change the focus of the gain-sharing system, and it really wandered around over time. And the problem got to be that the business wasn't performing, hence the management changes, but the gain-sharing system wasn't performing either. Well, it was a problem because the other business was performing and was paying out bonuses, and eventually the two management groups came to the realization is we need to look at the focus of the gain-sharing system again and go back to where we started from. We did that about a year ago, and the performance has improved tremendously since then. And it's all about finding the factors that really should be at the centerpiece of the gain-sharing system to drive the profits and be performing correctly, but also so that people can properly identify what they should be focusing on to drive the performance in a given week and month as the orders change in a job shop environment. What is the correct focus now, and making sure that as they pursue that correct focus, that's also going to be driving the financial performance. And now we have both facilities performing correctly, and it's just been a terrific success. So let's look at the human element now. Once we've found the factors that really drive whether we have a good month or not, we tell people exactly what they need to do to get action on these factors that we've identified. They want to know, what's the overall plan? And what do I need to do my part to making that plan happen? They want to know from us specifically what needs to happen today, on their shift, this week, this month. They want us to show them the progress that we're making, or the lack of progress, the loss of ground. They want us to pick out the problems that we're having in hitting those numbers, the system problems, and they want to know what are the fixes to those problems. Why do we think the future is going to be better? How are we making progress in hitting this overall plan, this goal that we're putting together? And they want us to drive the follow-through, to make sure that we follow through on the fixes and putting those fixes in place and continuing with the plan and the communication. No matter what business you're in, it's always effective to find the most important factors to drive the business success and get people going in the same direction to drive them. This is what keeps Gainsharing valid and effective over the long term.
Like the way it was before, you had your sewers who sewed, you had the cutters who cut, and then your slitter operators, and everybody kind of stayed in their own areas and only did their own things. And if you asked somebody for help or you needed help, it was kind of like pulling teeth to get them to leave their area to do it. And now you can walk up and you can ask anybody, hey, I need your help for 5 minutes to get this done and get it out the door, and they'll jump and they do it. At the end of the day, if it's a Friday afternoon and we've got 20 or 30 bags that need to get done and get out the door to get us another $1,000 for the week, they'll stay that 15 or 20 minutes to do it. And before the Gainshare program, that didn't happen.
It makes me want to work harder and appreciate my job a lot better.
So in summary, no matter what business you're in, it's always a good idea to find the most important factors to drive your business success and to get people going in the same direction. This is what keeps Gainsharing valid and effective over the long term. It then turns up the intensity by tying people's pay to what they make happen. Done correctly, it's simple, elegant, and it works. If what you've seen in the past few minutes makes sense to you, the next logical step is for you and I to schedule a free 15-minute telephone conversation to see whether Gainsharing's A, even appropriate for you, and B, how you should investigate the options you have available. Just call the number below or send an email and we'll schedule your 15-minute meeting. I look forward to talking with you.